guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl is in Avistella of 4 and I'm with a friend here this lovely evening. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Dr. Nkungu. We are all doing this program from the city of Abuja, that city in Nigeria.
Yes. So today, Mr. David, I would like us to discuss something revolving around marriage. Yes, the big decision of I do. And I would like us to start with this question has always been in my head. Should couples check each other's phones? Is it okay for us to have each other's passwords, but we wouldn't go through each other's phones, we won't invade each other's privacy? Or should everything be open, like we're married already? If someone is calling you, I can pick up and just be like, okay, he's in the bathroom, she's in the kitchen, she'll call you back. What do you think?
First of all, thank you for bringing me on this platform to talk on this very delicate topic.
You're welcome.
I want you to know that my perspective towards this subject is guided by the Bible and African culture where I come from.
Okay.
And first of all, marriage is not a joke. It's a lifetime covenant between two opposite sex who have decided to accept one another, the better, the good, worst, for all moments. Now, there is no such thing like privacy in marriage. If you can, the most privacy of any human being is their private parts. And if that is not private
any longer
to you and is exposed to your
spouse,
partner, then phone cannot be more private than your private part. In Genesis 2, I think 25, it says that they were both naked and were not ashamed. That means they were exposed to each other and there was nothing to hide.
One.
Yes, there was nothing to hide. Now, if, as the Bible says, the two shall become one flesh, if you can't hide anything from yourself, then you don't hide anything to your partner. Now, I want to say categorically that whatever separates the phones, separates the bank account, separates the room, will eventually separate the couple one day.
Wow.
Yes. So, the essence of marriage is to make two people to become one. If you want to remain private,
single,
there was no need for you to marry. I think these are ideologies that were imported in Africa by the Westerners. And we should reject such ideologies with all our liver, because those things will cause a lot of trouble in marriage. Now, what are you hiding from your partner? Your partner, your husband or your wife, should be your gossip partner, should be your partner in crime, it's your life partner with whom you hide nothing. So nothing should be hidden from your partner. Your partner should know everything about you. You know, transparency, sincerity, and honesty creates an atmosphere of trust. And when that atmosphere is created, the devil cannot penetrate in that relationship. It is secrecy that builds the foundation for iniquity in marriage. So once there is secret among couples, iniquity comes in. And when iniquity comes in, then separation comes in. And when separation comes in, divorce comes in. And when divorce comes in, you become a victim or your children become victims. So there should be nothing like, don't enter my phone, don't do this, don't do this. Your wife should pick up your call. Your husband should pick up your call.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. David. I also want us to talk about something that we're already talking about behind the scenes, backstage. We're already talking about something and we're like, he just told me this evening that as of this moment, there are over 40,000 divorce cases just in Abuja.
Yes, in Abuja courts. In the Abuja courts, yeah.
Abuja courts. We have not spoken about Enugu, Anambra, Lagos.
Terrible.
So, what is going on What is happening? Why are the divorce rates higher? What is it that we're doing wrong? And if you are a subscriber of my channel, you must have seen where I address the whole watch this before I say I do video. This is like part 2. This is even an advanced level because that was years ago. This is going to touch on so many aspects. Cause would you mind if I just say my own opinion and just
Go ahead.
hand the floor over to you? Okay, thank you very much.
Right.
So number 1, I would say religion. Number 1, a lot of people now settle down based on the religious aspects, like, okay, does this person fulfill the societal definition of what a wife should be? Does this person fit into my doctrine or my religious discipline or religious, that upbringing? Yeah, if this person fits into that, even if I don't feel the least feeling for this person, I'll settle down with the person. Another thing I feel like is the problem, it's not necessarily a problem, but the fact that it's unaddressed in Africa, especially the whole LGBTQ thing. A lot of individuals, first of all, rape is real. Rape happens to both genders, both the female and the male gender. And if someone is raped and they're already dealing with that aspect and they have this whole distorted perception of the opposite sex, it could push them to start sexualizing that sex or the other sex. Like, for instance, if I were raped or if a girl has been raped, she'll start sexualizing men or she'll start sexualizing women. You get? And there's so many people that have a lot of trauma, unaddressed trauma, that pushes them to do certain things, like based on the whole LGBTQ thing. My point is that there are a lot of people that are inside marriages that are either homosexual or lesbian or bisexual, and they entered into marriage naive, docile. They've not addressed that part of their personality. When they get into the marriage, they feel this urge to leave. They're just incomplete. They're unhappy. They're insatiable. They're unsatisfied. They're like, something's missing, and they might not even know what exactly it is, but they're like, I just have to get out, right? Another thing is the whole marrying for convenience. This whole for instance, now maybe we're friends and we're both, maybe a governor and I'm a governor, will just hook our kids up, be like, oh, to continue that friendship, to continue the family name, let's get married, make this work and all that. We're both powerful names in the industry, in the country, let's make this work. Disregarding the fact that our kids may not be that into each other, we'll just hop into it and then force our children into it, and then when they get into it, they can't wait to get out. Another thing is lies. Anything that is founded on lies can't last. And just to keep up appearances or to fit into what society says is what is accepted or what is not. A lot of people say a lot of lies, and I know a lot of people that their deal breaker in relationship is lies. If you lie to them, they're like, they can't trust you again. They'll just be like, Omo, this one you're lying over this. What's the guarantee you won't lie over bigger things? And they're like, I can't continue with this. It might sound ridiculous, like, oh, you just ended things over a lie, but they're like, they lied. If you can lie, Igbo people say ashidi me omuejima. When a lie is pregnant, it delivers twins. It doesn't ever have single births. You just keep lying to cover up the lie until you're covering up dead bodies. Do you understand? And once it escalates to that, you get. So I'm going to hand over the floor now to Dr. David. Tell me your opinion on why divorce is serious now in the 21st century?
First of all, one of the reasons for which divorce is very easy in this 21st century is because of emotional immaturity. Our parents nowadays have not taken time to talk to the children, the details, everything that has to do with marriage. So it has given the children a very wrong perspective about marriage, to a point where what they know about marriage is what they have read on the internet or what they see on the television. So they don't go into marriage with a real notion of what marriage is all about. Some of them feel that marriage is an experiment where they'll try. If it doesn't work, they quit. Some of them go into marriage as if it's a retirement benefit. Some of them go into marriage as if after they must have lived their life anyhow, they're looking for where to have daily meal. They will just go and sit somewhere and be having daily meal. Some also go into marriage as a legal means to have free sex, where they will be having their sex legally and their conscience will not be judging.
Sorry to cut in. Just so that I don't forget, can I ask you something?
Okay.
Just something that I saw online recently, and someone was like that relationships are expensive now. That people say that they give their girlfriends allowances, right? Their girlfriends, their wives, wives. Most girlfriends play wife duties, if you agree with me. Let's agree to disagree, because I know so many girlfriends playing wife duties. Right? So, do you feel like girlfriends and wives deserve allowances? Like, after talking about the divorce, I want you to touch on that. Do you feel like women in relationships and marriages deserve allowances? Like, okay, every month, take this, aside from the home and food and everything concerning the home, because the woman builds the home, personal care, self-love. Take this money. Come on. Faust and Niniola say, Kai will take cash for squander. Take this money, squander this money in my name. Do you understand? So I like you to touch on that.
Okay, let me respond to that. First of all, the money of the husband belongs to the wife. That's in the design of God.
Thank you.
The husband's money belongs to the wife. Okay.
I keep saying it when, like, for instance, like when women talk to me or something, I'm like, your money is your money, but she sees Zaddy's money. Zaddy's money is our money. Because first of all, God has already blessed men. I don't know how men do it, but men are hard workers. Men make things work. There's something that, like, you see now, and a woman will sit and be like, oh, more, no go area again, this one don't spoil. A man will find a way to fix it and still earn from it. So somehow, there's still some women that earn high, but somehow God has already designed that men somehow just make it work. They're the providers, they're the hunters. So, like, naturally, they're designed for that, right? So, if, for instance, your man is earning more than you are, what's the need of focusing on your peanuts? Your peanuts can come in one deal, but Zaddy's money is our money. And so, I'm so happy that you said that.
Yeah. First, I'm following the Christocentric pattern of marriage. Now, the husband's money belongs to the wife. The wife's money belongs to the husband. There is nothing like my money in marriage. It does not exist.
Yes. True.
Now,
that's so true.
Concerning work, if you go back to the original marriage, the reason God created man is for himself, God. Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, so that they may have dominion over the earth.
Yeah.
God needed a person with whom he can fellowship. So he created man. That's the only reason why he created man. When he created man, he made a garden, that is a work, a job, and gave it to man. Then now, he said, it's not good for man to be alone. Let us make a helpmate for him. Then he now created a helpmate, not maid. Helpmate is a house girl. Helpmate is somebody that fits into the vacuum of your life. So they now created a woman. So now, you got to understand that God created man for himself and God created woman for the man. So now, the duty of the woman...
Did God create a woman for a man?
Yes.
Or women for a man?
No, a woman for the man. Yes. So the duty of the woman is to assist the man to do what God created him to do. Now,
Wow.
if the woman has to work, then it is of a biblical opinion that it should be a work that is in line with what God created the man to do, and to be a support to what God created the man to do. And there should be no separate visions, that the woman is working for a different vision, the man is working for a different vision. Now, however, if my wife is working and I'm working, I will not put an eye on her money, but I have the responsibility to provide for her, to protect her, and to preserve her. Now, if she chooses to share her resources with me, then she understands that this is how marriage has to be. But if she chooses not to do that, then she does not understand that this is how marriage has to be. Talking about boyfriend and girlfriend is not a concept of God. It's not a God's concept. It's not found anywhere in the Bible. These are things we borrowed from the Westerners. And you all know that the civilization has brought its own advantages. But
even in the old
most of the things, courtship, there was no sex.
Yeah.
There was no sex. And
you can't tell me completely.
And the girls were under the care of their parents.
But
so any girl
don't
who is in relationship and expect the man to be the provider, that girl does not need a relationship. She needs a job.
Yeah.
She doesn't need a relationship. She needs a job.
Yeah.
And if we do not understand this, we will be tempted that when we enter into marriage, we begin to treat our husband as a boyfriend. That anytime he touches us, we expect him to pay. The Bible says your body belongs to him and his body belongs to you. So giving him your body is his right. Giving you his body is your right. It's not something you have to beg for. So can I go back to the topic of divorce?
Sure.
Now, talking on divorce, there are a lot of things that our parents are supposed to teach us nowadays. Tolerance, forgiveness, which many of us today don't know. We go into marriage with a mindset. Do you know that majority of the young people, both men and women, especially women, who go into marriage, were never prepared for marriage. They were only prepared for a wedding. All through their life, they prepared themselves for a wedding, one day event. They were never prepared for marriage, a lifetime event. I'm saying most youths, but especially women.
No, I feel like men and women.
They need some.
On the other hand, of men as well, there are some aspects of running a home or responsibility that families fail to instill in their sons.
True.
They spend all the time instilling it in the women and disregard the sons, like, oh, you're a man, oh, yeah, and disregard that. So it's a two-way street, if you ask me.
I want you to understand that the Bible says a wise woman builds her home and a foolish one destroys it with her own hand. Anywhere you see a successful home, the secret behind that success is not the man, it's a woman.
So
God has given.
Sorry to cut you short there. You know, there's something that we as Christians we do. Or let me not say we as Christians, but whenever we get a hold of the Bible, we always say it in forms where it suits us, right? Because you can't tell me, oh, yeah, when you say successful home is the woman. So are you trying to say if I, as the woman, am doing my best to make this home work, and the man isn't making the effort, I should keep killing myself, and if it doesn't work, it's my fault?
Okay, first of all, you cannot plant corn and harvest banana. You can put in your best and receive back the worst.
No, it happens now.
There is nowhere.
Why then do they say, why do bad things happen to good people? It happens a lot. You can put in your best in something, and then the result doesn't match it is not equivalent to the hustle, the grind, the sweat, the blood. It happens a lot.
Then, the secret to such circumstance is patience and prayers, not quitting. is patience and prayers, because people are subject to change. People are subject to change. You understand me? When our ancestors went into marriage, their parents advised them to be patient and not to return back to that house.
Definitely.
So they went through some of the things that we do not even go through today.
I just feel
but
like
the state and the marriage worked.
This generation.
Now there are three pillars. There are three pillars to. There are many pillars, but I'll name three. I'll name three pillars. There are many pillars that makes a home successful.
Yeah.
There are many pillars that makes a home successful, but I'll name three. One, communication, which is sincerity, honesty, and transparency about your yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Communication is very important.
Now, number two, concentration, which is focused on your partner.
Yeah.
Don't look to your neighbor's house. Don't look at what your neighbor is doing. Focus on your partner. There is no woman that has more than two breasts. There is nothing like this woman is sweeter than the other. It does not exist.
It does.
It does not exist.
It does.
Such things do not exist.
It does.
Those are just exaggerations.
They lie.
Okay.
The same way there's some. sorry, but that's my. Maybe that's a topic for another day.
Number three.
There's sweet.
Number three.
There's sweet pussy. There's sweet pom
pom. No, nothing like that.
Sweet pussy, sweet pom pom.
Nothing like that. Nothing like that. You see.
There is.
You see. If you put your heart in the pussy you consider not to be sweet, it will be sweet. If you put your heart in the dick that you consider not to be sweet, it will be sweet. It's all about how you gave your heart to it.
Like, if it's not sweet,
now,
it's not sweet.
The final key which I want to talk about is consecration. That has to do with God. Now, for your marriage to succeed, do not push God aside.
Yeah,
God has to be at the center of that marriage. Now, so you have to follow His concept on marriage and relationship. Now, there are various types of love which everybody must have before they go into eros love. These loves are the love that you have for yourself first. Definitely. Number two, the love you have for your siblings and your parents. Number three, the love you have for brethren, for other human beings.
Yeah.
Number four, the love you have for God and fellow Christians. Now, if you do not have either of these four types of love, you cannot give out eros love. Until you have these four types of love, then you can be able to give the fifth type of love, which is the love between opposite sex. Now, when this love is given, then true marriage will be experienced. And this love does not give up. This love does not lie. This love does not cheat. This love tolerates even if there is cheating. So our parents should play a role to educate us on what is marriage. A lot of people go into marriage thinking that marriage is all about your wedding day. And after that, they are empty. Marriage is not all about the wedding day. It's about lifetime. That is why in those days, they were advising our ancestors to go into marriage and told them that they have to be patient. They have to be tolerant. So I submit that one of the reasons for the rate of divorce today is because we have normalized and canonized things that were demonized by our ancestors. For instance, premarital sex have been normalized.
Like moving
today.
In with people that are not even your.
In fact, in those days of our parents, if a man even looks at a woman who is the wife of somebody else, he will be banished from the village. Together with his family, he will be banished from the village. Not even to have sex, he will be banished from the village. But today, some of those traditional rulers who are even supposed to be the custodian of this culture are into extramarital affairs. So the liberators have become the oppressors. The educators have become the destructors. So the people who are supposed to show us the way are now misleading us. So a lot of tolerance of things. Christianity has also done the worst. Though I am a Christian, because of this grace of a thing, forgive and this and that. So people take advantage of this grace. In the Old Testament, if you are unfaithful, you'll be stoned to death. But today, if you're unfaithful, forgive us, and that's all. And the person is forgiven, and tomorrow they come back to that.
Wow.
So because of tolerance, people just feel free to do anything.
Wow.
To the point where they have even normalized divorce. Divorce is not in God's agenda. God did not create divorce, and he will never be in support of divorce. I conclude by saying there is no marital crisis that cannot find solution for. No one. It does not exist. If the parties involved are
Willing
emotionally mature, the marriage will work. It does not matter whether you met your partner by mistake. It can still turn to a miracle by virtue of maturity.
Interesting. Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. David. Thank you, my subscribers. If you have listened to this point, you are the real MVP. I hope this touches someone's life. I hope this ministers to someone. If you resonate with this video, then just put in the work in the aspects that I resonate with you, right? Before you get into marriage, be emotionally mature, involve your parents, listen to them. And our culture is our culture. Like, no matter how much we've let civilization like take a hold of us, like, our culture is our culture. There's some things that we're letting to rule us, and instead of liberating us, it's our doom. So I'm going to end here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being with us this evening. You can like, subscribe, share with your friends and family. Thank you so much, Dr. David, for being with us here this evening. Thank you very much, my subscribers and new subscribers. Have a lovely evening and have a new month. March. I can smell March.
Amen.
Yeah, I can smell March. So happy new month and have a blessed life. Have a blessed year. And I wish everyone the best. I wish us all breakthrough, healing, prosperity, blessings, and happiness. Thank you very much. Have a blessed